I'm going to go ahead and press record. It might be a little bit loud and I apologize, but I will mute myself soon. But I get the best connection when I'm at my desk and connected. So let me go ahead and introduce Lauren, and then I will allow her to tell you a little bit more about herself. Lauren is so near and dear to my heart. Her and I met at a Sagi event years ago. And what's super cool, we had so much fun. But what I love about Lauren is, first and foremost, is she's amazing. I mean, if you may know her from her hip hop booty shaking on YouTube. She's very much a lover of hip hop and dance. She also, I know, right? She went from 6-star diamond to elite within her first year. She is a doctor. She's an anesthesiologist. She recently moved to California about a year ago, right? Originally from Waco, Texas. She grew up in Waco. She has a handsome boyfriend, right? It's hot there right now, though. I saw it's like 108 in Waco, Texas. Don't go back there anytime soon.
Yeah, but he lives in Chicago, so I was working outside this morning. It's nice here.
There you go. So has a handsome boyfriend named Chris. And I asked her, kind of one of her bigger accomplishments that she's had within her business. Obviously, 6-star diamond to elite in the first year is huge. She also actually did SCU 166 last November. So she is a bala when it comes to this business, and she works hard. So needless to say, Lauren, I'm going to give you the floor. Will you go ahead and kind of introduce a little bit more and tell us who you are, please?
Of course. So, hey guys, thank you for being on this call live, because it's always better for the more people, the better, But like she said, I am an anesthesiologist, but I haven't practiced medicine since December of 2015. And I left practicing anesthesia, and I left literally when I was 35 years old. So I'm 38 now. So I've been a Beachbody coach for 2.5 years. And for the longest time, I remember being in the OR, and let me get this straight. I didn't hate my job, but I hated aspects of it, like being on call, dealing with the egos of surgeons, dealing with the bureaucracy of hospital administration, insurance, all of that kind of stuff. Like I'm a happy person by nature, but I definitely had many moments where I looked at the people that had been in the OR all day and for years, and none of them were happy, and had moments every day when I was putting patients to sleep thinking, man, if I could have only gotten to them years ago, they wouldn't be on my OR table. Because I originally went into medicine because I wanted to help people. Not that as an anesthesiologist, I wasn't helping people, but the fact is that I know now what I do. I help way more people on a much grander scale. So I just never thought that I could make money doing what I'm actually passionate about, because I've actually always been into fitness. I was a dancer growing up. I wanted to be Janet Jackson's backup dancer. Of course, my mom had a come to Jesus talk with me, and so I went to med school instead. But I've always been into health and fitness. I've always taught some sort of fitness class, mostly dance fitness. I had a YouTube channel that literally organically grew because I was just doing my passion and I was being me. Now it's like 330,000 subscribers, and I didn't know how to monetize that passion, because everyone thought that, hey, you're making money from YouTube. No, I use music, so I can't make any money off of that. And I kept figuring, it was so frustrating. And then I would hear about these people that were making so much money in all of these MLMs, but I knew that I couldn't get behind something that I didn't believe in. And I don't believe in quick fixes. And so I was very close-minded to every opportunity, call or message or whatever. If I would have said yes to the Beachbody coach opportunity when I was first asked, I'd probably be making 7 figures by now, because I'm a hard worker. I don't mess around. But once I realized, when I finally opened my mind to the whole coaching opportunity, that I was like, this is it. And I haven't looked back since. And everyone asked me, are you ever going to go back to medicine? Absolutely not. I love what I do. It's hard work. Absolutely. But I never feel like I'm at work. I never have moments where I'm like, oh, I hate my job. I hate this aspect, right? So that's me in a nutshell. I talk a lot too, by the way.
No, that was perfect. I love you giving them an idea of who you are, why you chose, obviously, this over practicing medicine. So let's just kind of open it up. I mean, we have a lot of coaches that, these are my 3 and 4 star diamonds. Let me just kind of get preface this. And they are working towards strong goals. I'm sure you remember when you were a 3 and 4 star diamond, you were working so hard to 5 and that next stage within your business. And so really, this is that platform where they can just rub elbows and really get some inspiration, because you went very quick within this business, but the majority don't, obviously. but kind of what advice you
Right.
give. So let's kind of open up for questions. Whoever wants to ask their first question, please go. And then if there's anything that you want to add onto it, Lauren, or somewhere you want to go, take it, go for it.
Cool.
So who wants to unmute themselves first and ask Lauren the first question? You know I'll start calling on people if y'all don't do it. Yeah, Justin, go.
Can you unmute me? Oh, there we go. Sorry. I'm on my phone. I couldn't figure out how to do it. I've never used my phone, so I apologize. So I think the biggest thing that I was actually, I mentioned this to you, Brittany, the other day. I think the biggest thing that we are struggling with right now, and I'm hoping that you can shed some, I'm sure you can shed some light on, because you went 6 stars so fast, is I feel like right now we just got off a couple calls with some coaches that absolutely are ready to work. They're willing to work. They're putting in the work, and they're pushing. They really want this. And I feel like there's some sort of disconnect on what we're telling people to do now versus like when we started, what we told people to do worked when we started 3 or 4 years ago. I don't feel like the same stuff kind of works as well right now or in the same way. We are more on Facebook than we are on Instagram. So we're still transitioning to Instagram. So most of the people that we attract are on Facebook, right? So getting them to learn Instagram immediately and do all that stuff is a little bit of a push at the very beginning. So you have a new coach. I guess the question is, and they want to work and they want to invite, but they're running out of people to invite. And they're literally like, I'm sending out, 40, 50 invites or whatever, 60 invites. And I don't know like where to go with, like talking to new people or more people right now without just cold inviting everybody, because I haven't talked to these people in a while. Like, are there any steps that you're taking that might, like, that we're missing, I guess, or just not giving them the enough? Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, and for sure, what I did in the beginning to get me to 6 star, if I were still doing that, it wouldn't be progressing my business. So things change, and things changed so much in this business. And one thing that has helped change the momentum and start moving my coaches forward, because there was a time where there was just a flat plateau, is focusing on what I think is the best part of the business. It's the community, because that's what so many people are lacking. And if you really help them focus on the community aspect of it, all of the good stuff comes from that, not just in our challenge groups, but in the coaching community. And so my man is a financial advisor, and he runs a big team. And I actually learned this from him. So he has weekly, basically Zoom calls with his team. And I saw him do it every Monday morning at 8 a.m. And I'm like, you know what? Just to get FaceTime with my people that are really pushing the business. And that has like changed everything in the last couple of months, because not only are these coaches that are really working their business, and I don't just invite anyone because it's time, right? So if you invited all of the coaches and they just wanted to sit and talk, I don't want to hear the talking from the people that haven't done shit in their business, right? I want to talk to the people that are doing stuff, and whatever they were doing that worked then is not working now. So getting these little masterminds amongst your coaches, like literally 4 to 5 people, and helping them mentor them. And then also, I learn from them every week. Like, they share tips and ideas. And so that way, what was working for one person, I can share that with them instead of just making a generic post, right? So that when it comes back to it, I think that last year to this year summit for me, there was like, last year's summit was just crap.
She's frozen, right? Okay. Come back to us.
Crap to me. This year was, did I freeze?
You did, but we literally heard from last summit to this summit. So if you go right from there. Oh, now you're frozen again. Come back to us.
Let's do this.
Oh.
All right. Yeah. Let's talk.
Muting myself for a second. Lauren. All right, everybody just be patient. She'll come back. Ooh, it was getting so good. We know she's going to pop back on here any second. There she is. Okay. You're fine. I'll unmute you.
Internet here is painful.
You're fine. You're fine. So we were hearing from last summit to this summit that what happened?
The difference, because I saw the value of community, and that is the shift that basically, because I had no rank progression from last year to this year, and it had everything to do with, I think, my lack of belief in, I guess, overall Beachbody, and literally the community is the best part of it. And I started refocusing on that. And now this momentum, this team that was stale at a 6-star team is like, we've got big goals and we're moving forward, but it's all because, you've all heard this, the speed of the pack is the speed of the leader, right? But the community focus, I think, is a game changer for me.
Great question. Great response. I love that. Justin, thanks. What other questions? I'll unmute you real quick, Justin. Is there anything else that you want to spur off of that?
No, I mean, I think that's really, really solid. I absolutely appreciate that. If you, I guess I could kind of go into one last one. If you have a coach that is really wanting to work it, it's all in it, and you do like the community, and they're just like, I just don't know really where to invite more people. Like, where do I find more people to invite? Or like, what if you took somebody and they wanted to go, top 10 like this year, but they've got 300 friends on their Facebook page, right? And they don't have a huge following, for instance. What is there anything that you would share with them? Like, here's how you can, get yourself out there more. Or any tips like that at all?
So yeah, so I like for them to focus on those 5 or 6 pillars that establish who they are at this stage of life. Like, for example, right now I'm a divorced female. I'm a doctor. I'm dating. I'm used to be a stepmom. Like, all of these things. I'm an entrepreneur. All these things that define who I am, right? And getting into different Facebook groups or on Instagram, finding hashtags that are relatable to where I'm at, because ultimately I want to attract people like me, right? And getting out there and then just starting conversations, because I hate for my coaches to just cold invite and be like, hey, would you like to join my challenge group? Because at the end of the day, even if they say yes, this is a relationship business, right? And so I would much rather them start conversations with people that are like them and build relationships so that they can follow them. And obviously it's a slow process, but that's what I tell my coaches to do. And that's what's worked for me, And when people like my stuff, obviously, if they only have 100 friends on Facebook, they're not having, 100 people like their stuff. But the 2 or 3 that are liking it, making sure that they're creating relationships with those people, right?
Okay. Who wants to ask the next one? Thank you, Justin. Appreciate you. Wendy, go ahead, hon.
Hi, Lauren.
Hey, Wendy, what's up?
Hey, I just have a question about how you kind of get your team focused, like how you talk to them about goals, because obviously we want our teams to be successful. We want our teams on board, but when you first set out for elite, it's like you're going first, right? And I always I'm torn with, that goal, because it's like, I feel like they're gonna be like, okay, well, for her to be 5-star elite, but what about us? And I just want to bridge that gap. That's not how I feel, but I'm always hesitant that it will come off like that, and that I've reached some ranks that my team hasn't, and I have some really hardworking coaches who want it, and it seems like they're doing everything they can. And last year when I reached 4-star, it was like this disconnect from people who are trying to get to the next level, star diamonds. It was just it totally deflated them, and it was it just was a big downer. So I'm just trying to figure out how people talk to their teams and get them excited. And I've tried to instill in them that it is paving a path for all of us, but maybe just anything you could speak to on that.
So this is actually something that I've learned from my own mastermind that I'm participating in, is that getting one-on-one with these coaches that are actually putting in the work and talking to them about some basic stuff. And honestly, I made a post yesterday about hashtag BASG, big ass scary goal. And honestly, it's crazy how few of them really know how to dream big. And just hearing from you of why not go for a lead? You 100% can do this. Like I always tell the story when I moved from Brownwood, Texas to Waco, Texas, the big city of Waco. I went to there were two main dance studios in the city. And we went to the one that we heard about everyone. And they were just, excuse my language, but bitches. And I literally left that place crying because they were just all like stuck up, snotty, you know what's. I don't know why I just said bitches, but anyway. So I go to the other dance studio, and literally the owner of the dance studio watched me dance, and she told my mom, I've never seen someone with so much talent. Did she believe that? I don't know. But it took one person that told me and believed in me, and that changed everything. And I became the best dancer. Whether I was or not, I don't know. But I feel that that's the same way our role as mentors for our coaches is that so many times we need to be that voice of like, you can do this just because, you don't have this or that, but you have this or that, right? And be that parent voice, that person that's like, why not you? You're not dreaming big enough. If so, I mean, how many people told me that their big ass scary goal was to hit diamond? I'm like, come on, girl. Come on. You're shooting here. I need you to shoot here. So at least maybe you get right here and but having those one-on-one, and that goes back to the community, it's truly like, and that fosters these relationships that ultimately make this business different than anything else that is out there, You're welcome.
I'm going to call out Elisa. And I say that because she's been working. Look at her. She's like, wait, what? And I just say this because I know how hard you have been working and the big goals that you're, really driving towards. So I'm just going to call you out. I'm going to unmute you. Do you mind just asking Lauren any questions that you have? Because I know you are running towards that hairy, scary goal. You're going through all the stops. Like you're going after it. So I'm going to just ask you to kind of rub elbows with Miss Lauren.
Totally. Yeah. Lauren, you're awesome. I saw your profile. I don't even remember how I came across it was through Beachbody somehow. But yeah, you're amazing. I love how much you know about nutrition too. I'm like a freak about that stuff. So super awesome. But yeah, no, honestly, the two questions that have been asked, right, I was literally going to unmute myself and ask the exact same questions. So, but we're kind of at this point right now. We've been hustling like crazy the last 4 days. And I can tell you that so I had a coach on Friday tell me cause I'm pushing to go to leadership with you guys. So I'm pushing for 5-star literally by tonight. We're 1 emerald away at this point, but as of Friday, we were 14 coaches away and 4 emeralds away. So literally as a team, it's been me and then this other girl building out, and then our whole team is hustling together, and it's all really amazing. She only needs to build out her mom's account, and then our team will be qualifying for 5-star tomorrow. And I am I'm literally I almost didn't make this call because I'm freaking out.
I got chills. That's awesome.
You have no idea. This has been the most insane. I've never worked this hard, you guys, in my entire life. I've barely been sleeping for 4 days. But my question is, so she literally decided on Friday, I did a one-on-one with her, and I was like, look, I got to shoot it to you straight. If we're going 5-star, I need you, specifically you, because everybody else is in the wrong business center. So I need you
absolutely, yeah,
to pop on board with me, and you need to go diamond by Thursday. This was Friday midday. And she was like, hell yeah, let's do it. And she's a lawyer. She's amazing and crazy. And but you guys, anyway, it was literally just belief in me telling her we can do this in 5 days and everything. She had 4 active coaches. She had 4 active coaches on Friday, and she's now 1 emerald away. Literally insanity. But my point is, so now she's got all the pressure because I got my other account to go diamond yesterday. So it's literally just her. So I guess my question is, when somebody is facing, and she has big dreams, she wants to speak on stage at Summit one day, and I think she's going to. But what do I do to help her? Because I'm sitting here, I'm pushing alongside her. How else can I or do I just sit here and pee my pants? How do you?
No. And honestly, like this is where you go to her and say, how can I help you? Because I see all of this amazing greatness that I know is just like on the brink of exposure. So how can I help you tap into that? Because these are my ideas and what I'm thinking. But at the end of the day, like, I see this huge potential for you. And, you know, Diamond is just the beginning, right? And that's another thing that I think that, and I can't take credit for this. I've been hearing this from other masterminds that I'm in. Like, we need to demystify the whole emerald thing and really Diamond, like if we have go-getters like that, we need to start from the beginning of like dream big. Like, there's no reason why you can't be 15 star in a freaking year. And I know that people will say that and be like, what? Like, my big scary goal is to hit 15 star in both of my business centers this year.
Awesome.
Like crazy, stupid, scary, big ass goal, right? But why not? Why not dream big, right? Because I'm reaching up here. But if no one would have told me that, I mean, literally Melissa McAllister, she's my coach. She talked to me, and like, it took one person to be like, just dream big, woman, you know? So, and strategize. Like, one of my strongest coaches, I talked to her yesterday, and I'm going to start spending more one-on-one time with those coaches. Like, you know, there's different levels of coaches.
It's that one-on-one, because and I've heard Brittany talk about like Diamond internships where you kind of really focus on just one or two people for like a month and help them get there. And that's kind of what I've done with just these 5 days. Like, I haven't neglected my team by any means, but I have just poured into her where like every day I'm, you know, doing a Zoom and we're like game planning. Like, who are you inviting today? Who are you talking to? Who are we hate girling? Like, what's your post today? And like, is that what you find too? Like, when you've gotten more recent Diamonds, is it just like pouring yourself kind of into one individual? Because before I was doing like pushes with 10 people and then nobody would go. And then this time I did one, only because I only had one willing. That's the only reason I fell into this. But I had one person willing, so I was like, it's you and me, babe. We're doing this. And it's like been amazing.
I think that anywhere between 1 and 3. I think anything bigger than that kind of internship, that's when it's easy for you to just kind of, because what you don't want them to do is like, you go get her, and then something happens next week, or they start their period or whatever, and they're like, because the smaller the group, the harder it is to bow out, right? So I think that the little like internships should be anywhere between 1 and 3 other coaches that are like, let's do this shit, you know, let's conquer this and go for it.
Yeah, no, I love that. Thank you so much.
Seriously. Yeah, you're welcome. Good job. We'll see you at leadership for sure.
Everybody pray. Like, everybody just be like, I'm so excited.
Thanks for letting me call you out.
Yeah, no problem. Sorry, I didn't have a really good question. I'm just like very like up there.
No, you're fine. So let's go to Jess, Daphne, Deanna, Wendy's already, Candace, Teresa, like any questions? No question is a stupid question.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Have you experienced, like, so I have 6 diamonds on my team, but they're constantly in and out. So I'm always like 1 star, 3 star, 4 star qualifying. I think I'm officially 3, but I'm 4 right now. But it's like they're always in and out at different times. And it seems like they work super hard, get to it, and then they poop out. And I can't seem to find the balance and explaining to them, like, beyond Diamond. Like, we don't just, you know, Diamond's not the destination. So I don't know how to instill that mindset, because I know they want it. And we work individually. We text all the time. But I haven't found to, like, help
sometimes
them.
Sometimes getting to their why, because not everyone's is monetary, but more times than not, whatever their why is can be brought back to monetary, the financial freedom, right? And literally just a pie, not a pie chart, but a graphic, a graph of showing the difference of income that they have potential to make. Am I frozen? Because you guys are frozen.
No.
Okay. Sorry, this internet connection's so painful. But literally, like, when I talk to, you know, some of my coaches about their big ass scary goals, about you know, a lot of them want to leave their day job, like teachers. So many teachers want to leave their day job. And I'll ask them, what does that income look like to you? And when I let them know that, because I think so many people that are new to Beachbody, or maybe not even new, they see the Melissa McAllisters and the Ashley Molsteds and whatnot, and they're like, I could never be that. But we have to remind them that you can have financial freedom at 2-star, at 3-star. Like literally, for what I need to make per month is different than what everyone else needs to. And to figure out like, okay, one coach said, if I could make, you know, 4,000 in a month, and I'm like, okay, so just get ready. Like you really realize that that's literally around the corner, right? And that's just, it's going to take you being intentional, working on that goal, but letting them see the monetary benefit. And you know, well, it's not about the money. Well, at the end of the day, money buys a life, right? It gives you experience. It gives you freedom. So it might not be about the money, but it is. And giving them the tools to understand, like, look, if I get to 2-star and I can open up a second business center, this is the income difference. And like seeing those numbers can be a game changer. So that's where I would start, honestly.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I have an add-on question to that, Lauren. Do you have a resource that you use to kind of show people? I find that, and I mean, I'm not super numbers focused, so it's hard for me to kind of explain how like the volume structure works. And I've tried like searching YouTube for like the best income explainer ever that kind of lays it all out, but I've not been successful at finding a good, do you have like a video or anything that you use?
So let me, I'm going to screen share with you guys. So this is actually, and this is for more of the newer coaches, but I show them that like, this is one thing that I didn't do well when I was first starting a coach, because I wasn't focused on money at the beginning either. So I didn't really learn how I was making money. I was just working hard and going to the grind, right? But showing this graphic and showing them the value of, and literally this represents hitting Success Club 5 every month, right? Why you focus on 3 people to help, and that $50 represents that commission that you make from the person, right? But that $50 also represents the time that you're going to put into showing them the value of having you as a coach, the value of having access to any kind of workout that you can imagine, the value of having nutritional guidance from you, the value of having Shakeology, so that those 30 days, you make damn sure that $50 is the best money that they could have ever spent on having a coach, so that they turn into residual income every month. And so the next month, you're not having to put as much effort into customer 1, 2, and 3. They're still there if they want to be. Sometimes they don't even want to be in your challenge group again, but they love Shakeology, right? So that's long-term benefit. But you're focusing now on these 3 new people and showing them that, like, for me, you know, an extra $630 a month, I mean, coming from as an anesthesiologist, that's chump change. I get paid that per hour, right? But for most people, if they knew that they could make an extra, in 6 months, an extra $630 just by helping 3 people every month, that's a game changer. But they need to see those numbers and realize that I don't have to be, you know, the Instagram famous to have, you know, success in this. I just need to have 3 people that I can help every single month and focus on that. And of course that helps them get Success Club and all the benefits that come along with that. But that's, you know, a graphic like that, but for, I don't have a graphic like this for 1-star diamond or whatnot, and 2-star, but a graphic like that just shows and I'm sure that you could probably Google income progression, just so that they can see different examples of, like, look, this is when a person, and you can do that for your own, you know, income progression. I actually had one of my coaches who quit her teaching job and go into the team page and ask, or basically show, this was my first year. And I loved it because she said, this was the first 2 months, I basically didn't make anything because I didn't put anything into my job, my business. And then the next part was me kind of half-assing, right? And then this is what happened when I really started treating this as a job. And so that the younger, newer coaches can realize, like, okay, so this is totally possible, you know?
That is so helpful. Thank you so much. I love that chart.
Yes.
That Excel sheet. That's a genius.
Let me copy and paste that into chat so y'all can.
Oh, you're amazing. Thank you. That would be such a good
Great.
tool. Because I'm always like, you can make buco bucks.
Yes.
That's like all I say. It's real bad. I don't know. I need help. Thank you.
Well, but you know, I think that that's another thing is that we need to be better about helping the newer coaches see monetary gain within the first few months. And I was terrible about that, but not only, so that chart is obviously commission, right? But then also helping them understand that the way in which they add coaches, you want to get to Emerald as soon as possible so you can start that team cycle bonus. But then the whole like aha moment of the moment that you hit Emerald, you need to be building those 3 next coaches on your weak legs so that any team cycle bonus you're getting maximizing, because you're not going to have to worry about your strong leg because I got you, boo, right? But getting them the idea of like, okay, this is how I'm going to make money, right? Does that make sense?
Yes, that is so helpful. You are amazing. Thank you.
Cool. Oh, thank you.
And I am a numbers person, and I totally just geeked out over that. So thank you.
Yes.
So thank you. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, we have time for about 2 to 3 more questions at most. Let's hear from you. Like, don't be alarmed. Don't be scared. Just ask.
Yeah, I won't bite. I promise.
I know you won't. You don't scare me, boo.
No.
I've known you long enough. Let me ask. Actually, oh no, she's frozen. So let me. What about Jess? I know you have a child on you, but let me unmute you.
Are you sure you want to unmute me?
I'm very
so cute. Oh my gosh.
Like, oh gosh, she's gonna say my name and he's gonna be like a monster. Anyway,
He's so cute. His hair, it's like a peacock.
I'm gonna help us. That's his personality right there.
I love it.
So I feel like I'm just soaking in all of this stuff. I don't have any specific questions because every time someone's asking a question, I'm like, yes, give me all the notes. I can't think of anything specific, but
Okay. Well, Brittany, I actually have something that I can talk about real fast if you don't mind.
I would love that, please.
Okay. So here's the deal. So obviously Facebook and Instagram are our 2 main platforms that we utilize. And I like both of them. I've got a larger platform on Facebook, but I also use Instagram, of course. Live video. This is one thing that I constantly do talks about that I cannot reiterate enough. Okay. If you are not already doing live videos on Facebook, I challenge you for the next 5 days, the next 7 days, to do at least 1 video a day. Okay. Because the reason why, and everyone's frozen. So can you hear me?
Yeah, you're
okay.
good.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I want to make sure I'm not talking to no one. But the fact is that we know from all of the social media experts that Facebook is basically trying to take over TV, right? And so they are going to preferentially put your stuff into people's newsfeed if it is live video, okay? And that's live video over video. Of course, video is put over pictures and posts, but for the most part, if you do a live video, the algorithm right now puts your feed in front of other people's more likely because it's live, okay? Because ultimately they have a goal to overtake, television, right? So if you feel uncomfortable doing live broadcast, you need to get uncomfortable and do them. And we mentor all of our coaches. The good shit happens when you face the fear, right? Well, you need to face fear. So I'm speaking specifically to those of you that haven't done live video, okay? This is what I want you to do. I want you to take those 5 or 6 pillars that describe you, okay? Obviously, coaching is one of them, but what we don't want to do is verbally vomit coaching all day, every day, right? So I want you to have those 5 different things that are you, and I want you to do a 10 to 15 minute live broadcast at different times of day. about those different things, okay? The reason why is because this is how people get to know you. This is ultimately how you most effectively attract your tribe, people that are like you. You cannot fake a live broadcast, right? But you can filter an Instagram picture. You can, redo an Instagram story, like all of those things. But live broadcast is just you, and people get to see authentically who you are. And at the end of the day, that's who you want to attract, is the people that are attracted to you, because they're most likely going to stick long-term and be successful if they embrace this community, right? And if they're not your tribe, it's going to be a waste of your time and their time, right? So live broadcasting. So this is what I do. So I literally, I actually have a video that I can share with you guys. I think it's on, it might be in a closed group, so I might not be able to, but I literally walk through how to go live, literally the whole, okay, so here, tap here, and then you want to type a title that catches people's eyes, right? You don't want to be like, why am I a coach? You want to have something that when they're scrolling through, they're like, what is that? So be clever with the title. Then the moment that you hit go live, you have a 3-second countdown. Now, I am all about being authentically you, but I put on makeup when I do live broadcast. It's not 100% of the time, but the fact is that if this is the first time a person's going to see you, first appearances, first impressions are everything, right? And so I don't put on full makeup, but I put on just a little bit of makeup so I don't look like, I just rolled out of bed. Actually, some videos I do, but regardless, so I make myself look decent. I notice that I've got a background that's not full of distractions. And I realize some of you that are moms, you really can't control that. But be mindful of the fact that you want the least in the background as possible so that people can be listening to you, okay? Then what I want you to do is I want you to, well, first make sure that you're looking at the camera, because that's where you're looking at. You don't want to be like, hey, how's it going? Because that just looks unpersonal. And then you're like, do they even know what they're doing? So you want to look at the camera, right? So you want to look at that 3, 2, 1, and you start talking. I want you to talk like you have an audience of 100. You're going to have 0 people. Okay. You're going to have 0 people, and you're not going to see anyone that gets on until the first 30 seconds to a minute. But I don't want you to pay attention to that number of how many people are watching you live. I want you to speak to that person that needs to hear your message, because maybe one of your things, your 5 pillars or whatever that describes you, is that you're a mom of little ones, right? And you just had the worst experience because your baby just decided to take his diaper with shit all over and rub it all over everyone. Not everyone, but whatever. Like, this is one of your struggles as a mom of young babies, right? Now, am I going to watch that video? No, because I'm not a mom of young babies, right? But other people that are your tribe are going to watch that and be like, oh my gosh, yes, I had that happen to me and it was awful. I had to watch that. And that's where you start conversations, right? So this is why you sharing live videos of all of the different things is so important, because this is how you start relationships, right? Sorry, I had to close that out. So that being said, when you first start talking, I want you to start talking right away, because what you don't want people to do is you got a catchy title and they're like, you got them, enough that they're like, I'm going to click on it and see what she's having to say. If you're that person that's like, hey guys, I'm going to wait till people get on, they're going to X you out. Like, I cannot stand when people do that, right? It's one of those things like, don't waste my time. If you have something to say, say it. So literally go straight into the message. You're going to have 30 seconds to a minute before you see anyone that's on. When you see people come on, just say hi to a few of them. Be like, hey, Teresa, what's up, girl? Hey, girl, hey. Or hey, so-and-so, I just saw your post. Oh my gosh, it made me laugh. So that there's some interaction. Don't waste too much time on that, but I would say do 1 or 2 like shout outs, if you will, and then get back to your point. Now, those of you that are not good at live broadcasts, it comes with practice. You get better the more you do it, okay? But if you are like a complete novice to doing it, I want you to think about 3 main take-home points to your live broadcast. And it doesn't always have to be learning. Like, sometimes it literally can just be for entertainment to get interaction, right? But I want you to kind of like an outline of what you want to talk about so that you don't have a bunch of squirrel moments, okay? we all have the squirrel moments, but the fact is what you want to do is captivate their attention so that they hear everything you say. In the live videos, I will incorporate different subtle hints about coaching, right? So I won't be like, I love my life because I can coach from anywhere, right? But I'll be like, man, I love the fact that I'm getting to enjoy this gorgeous day. I know some of you are like smoldering heat in Texas, but I'm here in Illinois and it's like 71 degrees. And I just love the fact that I can work outside and enjoy this weather. I didn't say coaching, but I did recognize the fact that I'm outside working and I love it. And I'm not in the OR. Happy day, right? So this is a way that you can intervene all of the coach life stuff, right? Always have a story. People love stories, right? And that's how they remember your point. So like, for instance, my story about the dance, I've told that story so many times, but it sticks, right? So
She is frozen pretty great right now. We will wait patiently. I know she'll pop back up. Ooh, this is so good, ladies and gent. Let me ask you this, because now my mind is going blank. She was telling the story about just having that one person believe in her, the dance. What was the last thing that she said? Not being in the OR.
Yeah, she was saying that she's told story about the dance studio.
Okay. That's what I picked up to, but then I'm like, wait a second, was there a point after that? Okay.
She was saying that people remember stories, so they'll remember what you're talking about because she kind of interjects stories into it.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Because I know she's going to pop on and be like, where was I? What did I say? Y'all just take a sip of water. Let's see. All right, ladies, let's chat. And I know, Justin, you are still on here as well. So, okay. So until she pops back on, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for you guys obviously answering my message. Lauren, just 1 second. Within our post, within our 3 to 4 star diamond group, keep up on it and just make sure, that you are answering that Monday afternoon, keeping that a priority, please, because it'll really allow our mastermind to go really well once we get back to us just chit-chatting. So Lauren!
I'm sorry. This is so painful. I had to get on my phone.
You're fine. So the last point that we heard was just how you intermix stories into your lives.
Yeah, so that's the main point that I wanted to make with live broadcasting is that you want to mix it up and make sure that you're captivating the audience. So with stories, with humor, with relatable issues, those are the key factors on how to make your live broadcast good. So that's it. Sorry.
No, you're great. You're great. We knew you would pop back on. Okay, last but not least, so we can kind of just close out the call. What would you say to these 3 and 4-star diamonds that are working hard, have strong Q3 goals, a 5-star diamond, or maybe a year-end goal, a 5-star diamond and above? What would you say to them to really steer them in the right direction? Note to self, don't go to Illinois and try to use your internet. I don't think it works there. We'll see if she pops back on. And then we can close out the call here in just a minute. But I appreciate all of you jumping on, being part of this. Thank you for asking great questions. And I think at the end of the day, it's just very noble to know if you put your head down and work, you can make it happen. And I love the fact, Wendy, that you asked that question of like, okay, I don't want them to see that it is just me. I want them to see that it is a team effort. And but I love that. Why can't you do this alongside with me? I loved that point so much. And I think if they just see that, you know what, we're in this together. And, you know, I think it's a very beautiful thing. I do want her to have the last parting words though. So just sit back, relax, be comfy like Deanna in her robe in bed. Still jealous. The question is, Deanna, are you going to get up for the day?
Eventually I will. Yeah. I have a lunch meeting at 11:30 and then I've got a live power hour at like 1. So yeah, I'll get up after this.
Oh my gosh, I love it so much. Lucky. I'm still craving salt and straw.
Oh, I tell you. Bamboo.
Right. Okay, Lauren, all
Sorry.
you do. No, you're good. Last parting word. We didn't want to end on my note. We want to end on your note.
Okay. So at the end of the day, just don't let the limiting mindset hold you back. Cause I really do think that that's the one thing that holds all of us back from being successful at this business. You know, we compare ourselves to others. We look at all of the other people around that are, you know, making money from all of these quick fixes. And, you know, there's just, our mind is what holds us back. And literally the moment that we start having those self-limiting beliefs, to just literally be aware of it, mindful of it, kick them out and get back to focusing on helping other people.
Amen to that one. Oh, that was so good. We appreciate you so much. We did say never move to Illinois because clearly nobody gets internet access there.
Yeah, because he's in the country. He's like the burbs of the burbs. It's ridiculous.
No worries. We appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for being on with us today. And thank you, leaders, for your great questions. So we'll just say goodbye, but I appreciate every single one of you. And Lauren, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
See ya.